Yo, what's good YouTube? Last episode of the time frame alignment model. Today we're going to execute the trading model. I will show you exactly step by step how I approach when I enter the trade setup, do higher time frame analysis, and then enter the trade itself. Now I need you guys to do two things for me. First of all, hit that like button. And second of all, I need you to not skip ahead in the video if you actually want to be a profitable trader. The reason is because you will miss crucial information which I'm giving out while I'm analyzing the chart and before I enter the trade. I put a lot of time and effort in this series. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Make sure to comment below if you did enjoy it and it was helpful. And let's get into the simulation. Right guys, let's hop into the simulator. I'm gonna try to explain my thought process as much as I can so you can follow my exact step-by-step approach to looking for entries. We're gonna do a random date first, so we're not knowing where we're gonna hop in. So we're gonna do is 22nd of April 2024. Let's go to 2024, April 22nd, and then the end date would be, I guess, today. Let's go back 1 month. Yes, let's do this one, right? And we're gonna name it the T.A.M series. Right. Let's hop into the simulator. Now, what I want to do is first of all, get rid of these colors because that's horrible. So let's change that real quick. And then we're gonna start off. So this will take like 5 seconds. Be good. Yeah. Because you know you can only be profitable if you have green candles, and for the bearish candles they have to be black. That's how it goes. Right? So we want to do Euro USD. Right. Then we're gonna split up the screen. And then I will remove the object tree here. And this one, I want this one to be DXY. So we're gonna focus mainly on these two. Right. Because DXY is the backbone of our analysis. So we're going to do that one first, and then we're going to look what other assets do we want to trade. Let me put this one on Euro GBP, actually, so I can know the relative strength. Let's put this one on the daily. I can do this as well, right? Yeah, I can do this. So I just this one in. All right. We're not going to look for anything below the 15. Right. Let's go to the monthly. On both of these charts, top-down analysis, first of all, very important. What we got over here? We have a very bullish candle. It is 22nd of April. So we're nearing the end of the month. The monthly candle has expanded on DXY. Euro GBP, nothing much. Let's look at the weekly. Looks bullish. We're in this gap here. We didn't close above it. But we closed above the previous candle, so that's a continuation signature. So I can still anticipate price to go higher. I need to do this, and then I'm gonna mark out rectangle like this. Gotta fix everything, guys. This is all right. So that's good. Let's go to the weekly on DXY. This weekly candle just opened up, I suppose. Let's look at the daily. Daily super bullish. Relative equal highs up here. Like to aim for those relative equal highs. Euro GBP bullish as well. Want to see higher prices. Ideally towards these highs up here. So if we want to have higher DXY, we want to short foreigns. So that means we want to have a bullish euro if we want to short GBP USD. So let's see. Can we retrace lower? Doesn't really look like it. Put the 4 hour here. Right, so we're kind of going sideways right now. We already swiped the low. Right, so we could have an order pairing low to high. Right. Over here. So what we're going to do, we're going to aim for the high over here. How many pips is that? That's only 28. But daily draw should be a lot higher. And we can anticipate price pushing up for the rest of the week as well. So we're going to look for an entry early in the week. Let's go to the 1 hour. mark out our midnight opening price. Right. Wow, this is blue. Make it a little bit more transparent. Right, so we know our daily dividers, because we want to know where is midnight opening price. Very important. Right. All right. Now we have this. Want to look for more longs. Is there anything below us? That is the problem. There's nothing really below us where we can look for an entry. This is UTC. Let's put this on New York as well. Oh, New York. Monday has already passed for the most part of it. I mean, I guess, yeah, that's fine. We'll just go to Tuesday then. Let's skip to Tuesday. Right, this is midnight opening. Let's get Euro USD in here as well. It's like a consolidation right now on the Euro, on the 4 hour, but there's a lot of sell side liquidity resting below us. And if we look at the cracking correlation, this high got rated, but the low did not get rated on Euro, so that might be an issue. So we might actually go lower during the week. We'll look at the weekly candle. It's kind of annoying that these lines are visible here. There are a bunch of them. Okay, I need to remove those lines. Right, so let's do this. And then make them invisible on the weekly and the daily. Right, so we have a clear picture of what's going on. Right, so yeah, this candle closure for Monday indicates we want to trade lower, actually. I don't really like that, how it closed, so that it is an indication we might do a retracement if first. So let's aim for a retracement. We can disregard the high here. Euro has SMT, so the SMT is a confirmation tool, right? Over here. So let's just make it red. I don't have all the presets. It's whatever. Right, let's go to the 4 hour. And then we see the cracking correlation over here, right? This low should have been taken out on Euro if we are actually bearish. Right, so we're going to look for a continuation lower. Let's go to the lower time frame. Is there anything we can do to order pair? This is what the most important part, right? Is there anything where we can look for an entry? What we have currently is, let's mark out our midnight opening price. Why is this? This one needs to be on -5. Right. Okay. So now it makes sense. I thought both of the charts would put was on New York, but now it's correct. Okay. I gotta get used to this one. It's fine. Right. So let's skip to New York midnight opening. We don't trade Asia session. Right. This is nice. I love this. This is beautiful. Why? Because we have a ranging Asia session, which makes, remember, with the daily profiles, it makes trading London session a lot easier. So this line over here will represent midnight opening. Same over here. Let me put these lines here. And what I want to do right now is look for an order pairing low to high and a specific range. So if I take my Fibonacci, oh, come on, man. I have to do everything. Okay, let me adjust this one as well. Man. Next time I will adjust everything before we start, but this is fine. Let's remove this one. We need 705 as well. Can we put that in there as well? 705. This is 7961, and we should be good. And now I just want to have no background and just lines. Yep. Right, that's fine. Freaky colors, but it is what it is. So if we want to look for a discount entry, obviously we gotta go all the way up here for DXY for premium, and discount will be all the way here. Might be a little bit much to ask for, because if you look at the 4 hour, where do we have to go? We have to go all the way down here. It's possible, Let's look at the 15. Yeah, so, okay. Yeah, I want to look for higher prices on euro. We do have a swing low here. I would love to buy this low. Why? Because this is actually the one that is resting in discount, right? So let's make a big line over here. I gotta adjust these colors. These colors are terrible. Okay, let's do this. Let's make them blue. This one is green, blue, like this. Okay, that's better, right? So what I literally can do over here is buy below this low, because this is a good order pairing low. I expect the daily candle to be bullish. Asia session is a nice consolidation. So I want to have an accumulation into a manipulation lower, taking out this low. And where am I going to put my stop loss? Is there an area which it doesn't make sense for price to exceed? Ideally, it doesn't exceed over here. So we're going to put it all the way down here. And then we're going to aim for the range high, which is all the way up here, right? And we're going to look, if we don't reach the target in one day, we're going to look for an entry every day afterwards and look if we can find order pairing lows to highs. So let me execute this order. Place order. We'll do 1% buy limit, and it should be good. Right, let's see where we start off. Let me skip 15-minute time frames. See if we can go lower. Okay, we got tagged, right? So we took out this low. I like that. I want to see immediate reaction from this area. And if we can get a 1 hour CSD, which probably is not likely, I'll try to scale in, but let's see where this goes first. Okay, so this is a very nice reaction. What we actually can do is go break even. Right, let's put it at break even. We're up 1.7%, but the target is all the way up there. So we're going to hold, right? We want to see where this goes. Whoops. Oh, we took out the high already. Oh, okay. The trade is done. All right. That was a pretty fast one. So this is 3.5% in one trade. Very good. No drawdown at all, almost. Pick the right low, right? And I hope you guys know that premium and discount is very, very important when trading the model. You don't go order pair these lows down here. That makes no sense at all. And yeah, we got a banger of a trade. First trade of the session. So yeah, let's look for another one, I guess, because this day is over. The ADR is probably extended. The daily candle has done its thing, right? If you look at the daily candle, yeah, the daily candle has done its thing. So best thing to do now is just enjoy the profits and go for the next daily candle, right? And it's only, I think it's only London session. Yeah, it's only London session. So your day is done in London. So let's go to the next daily candle. See if we can skip ahead. See what we can catch. The next daily candle. Okay, there we go. Next daily candle. I'm going to do the same thing. Can we find a PY and an order pairing low, which is resting in discount? And then look for a buy setup, because we're still looking for higher prices. Let me look at the weekly. What are we aiming for? We're in a weekly fair value gap. It expanded a lot already during the week. Let me look at this weekly candle. Yeah, so I want to see this go at least to rebalance the wick here. So there's more room for lower prices on DXY. And notice how at the start of the simulation, I wanted to aim for these highs, but how the candle closures behaved tells you a lot of information, right? And that's how I caught this 3.5% trade to start off the session. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I want to see an area which should be held and not violated. So if I just remove the previous session here, we know the SMT was a nice confirmation as well, right? And now we're going to go to New York midnight opening price again, and we're going to look what can we catch over here. So let's go to the 1 hour. Do it again. We'll do the same thing here. If we want to be a seller on DXY or a buyer on EU, we need to be aware where daily opening price is, New York midnight opening. What is the most recent range you're trading from? There's no reason to take out this low. It's way too deep in discount. If we take this low, we're probably going to go bearish, full blown. So what we can do is we can take this last low to this high, and then we know that discount is over here. Now I need a target. So what am I going to target? I want to target this high up here. Right, so there should be enough room. If we go back to discount, it would be another 75 pip run. If we can have like a 20 pip stop loss, it's another 3R minimum. So let's say I want to enter here. How big is my stop? I can do it a little bit lower. Let me go to the 15. I see a nice little mitigation block as well. So if I go to this one over here, I want to be a buyer around this area. Go to the 15 on DXY. Yeah, we have the same one over here. So we have this nice little block here. And you don't really need a PDRA. You just gotta short in premium or buy in discount, but you gotta order pair it. That's the most important part. Now I wish this low was a little bit more around equilibrium. So the order pairing quality is a little bit lower. So we gotta drop around 30 pips, which is fine. And I'm just gonna look for a long in discount on this block here. I'm not gonna be greedy with my stop loss. So what I can do, I can put it below this one, but it's only like an extra 5 pips to put it below here. So we're just gonna do this. There's enough room to look for this. So this would be like a 3R. We can do a 3R again. I think that's fine. If we do it like this. Right, so let's put in the order. The last trade had 0 drawdown, so we'll see how much this one will endure. Right, we put in the order. I did not check the economic calendar. It's kind of a rookie mistake. So we kind of wanna know what kind of news events we got going on. We want to have high impact news, and we want to have a US dollar and the euro and the pound. United Kingdom, yes, that's it. Right. Now we can actually check what is going on, right? It is 24th of April. Let's see what we got. We got nothing right now. No news. Tomorrow we have domestic product annualized, and we've got consumer expenditures. So we got some news that a couple of days later, but today is nothing crazy. So let's go to the 15 again, and let's see how this develops. See if we can actually drop down. And I wanna, it really has to go into discount. Okay, we touched the block, and now let's see how we react. We're accumulating, not a big fan of that. That's not a good indication most of the time, but it swiped the lows. It's kind of doing nothing. We're just gonna let it run because we're expecting price to trade higher. Now there's no news, so there's no real volume to do an extended push higher. We are in profit, and now what I gotta do is I gotta be aware. Am I actually gonna go break even? And this is how I'm gonna determine if I want to go break even. Is there a low here which should get order paired? Am I expecting the low where I got in, right? I used the block very accurately for the previous day. Is this block actually gonna get retested and we're gonna take out the low? So let's see if that's possible. Let's go to midnight opening price. And there we go. So now I got to determine, okay, are we actually going to go below this low to go higher? Is that really required? Let's go to the 4 hour. There's nothing down here. There's no key levels down here. So I don't think it's necessary that we go below these lows. So I'm going to go break even though I'm only up like 1 R. Almost barely 1 R. I don't think price needs to go down there. That makes no sense based on candle closures on the 4 hour. So maybe I cannot find an entry during this day, but we're gonna just let it develop and see what it does. What I can expect, maybe we run these lows, but I don't think it's really required. Everything looks very repriced and rebalanced already. So let's just see where it goes. Expecting it just to trade higher. There's nothing actually to look for. Let's remove this one. So now we got the second trade set up. We're up like 1% right now. Take profit is above this high. So If we get higher up, I don't really want to look for more entries probably, but we'll see how structure develops. Let's just see how this develops. We're pushing higher. Still looks good. And the beautiful thing with an this is the news release. Okay, that's fine. Could have partialed here because if I can go back, but I think I was up like, yeah, I was up 2R. But we're just gonna let it run. If it goes break even, that's fine as well. Yeah, so that's a break even. And we actually took out that low. That's interesting, right? And what is the time? It is kind of, we're in London close kill zone. So I don't really want to bother right now with looking for another entry. Kind of unfortunate, it ran all the way down into this low. But it is what it is. It's just risk management. I don't want to let a 2R position go into drawdown. And we can always look for another setup. That's the beautiful thing about trading. You don't have to trade every single day, right? So this day is probably over. Let's go to the next one. Let's see how long are we. We've only been in 20 minutes. We are up 3.5%. We could have been up more. Can I see the equity curve somewhere? I don't know, but it's okay. Right, so we're going to the next day. I like this. There's a nice consolidation. And we do actually, look, this is the nice thing over here. Let's put midnight opening price again over here. So we know where we are relatively to New York midnight. Same thing with DXY. Give me the line. Okay, that's beautiful. Midnight opening. Right, so what we actually got over here, we can see it on both. This is the 15 minutes, but I can see a high. Hopefully you guys can see the same high. We have a high over here. Looks very good for order pairing. Is there a key level above the high? Yes, there is, right? Because we have a Euro USD gap here. And DXY probably has the same 1 hour fair value gap. Man, I gotta zoom in. I can't see shit here. Okay. We've got a little gap here. This is a nice area. We have relative equal highs left behind, relative equal lows as well. So a nice draw on liquidity. We already purged. No, we did not purge this low, but it is SMT then, I think. Yeah, that's even better because if I go to the 1 hour here, we took out this high, but we did not take out the low here on Euro USD. So that's nice. Love to see it. Now we can expect these relative equal lows to not get taken out. So now we can actually use the range, right? So now we have a strong low. We put our premium to discount in here again. We see the fair value gap is in discount. So we're just going to buy the fair value gap, and that's it. We're going to do a long position in the fair value gap. Stop loss around the low. This would be let's go for a 1 to 2. I don't want to, this weekly candle is pretty large already, I think. Yeah, this weekly candle is pretty large, so we don't want to be greedy with holding for another bigger expansion because we're in, remember, it's Friday, right? So the weekly range might be capped on a Thursday, but I think there's still potential for continuation. So let's just place another order. Do 1% again. Buy limit. And now, again, we wait. Right, so every time we can clearly see a POI, and we just gotta wait for it to hit. So let's see on the 15 on DXY, same high as the low on EU. Let's go to the 15 again. Let's see if we can get tagged. If we don't get tagged, it will just run higher and we are screwed. We're not gonna get another entry, right? Because it's unwilling to go towards that low. And it will probably run target, and then we have to wait for the next weekly candle. As long as the target is intact, we can still keep our buy limit. Right, can we get tagged? We got tagged, and this is an L. That's totally fine. Still up 2.5%. I could have removed the limit because it was kind of out of trading hours. But yeah, we'll just take this L. That's fine, and we'll wait for the next weekly candle. Let's go to the weekly candle. See how it looks like right now. Okay, if we close like this below the wick of the previous weekly candle, we're going to actually look for more shorts because that's actually an indication that we don't want to trade higher anymore, and we're going to use the fair value gap here for lower prices. So let's see how the weekly candle ends up. Did we actually close right on top of it? Oh, we actually closed a little bit above it as well. Yeah, that makes things a little bit more interesting. Let's see on the weekly candle on DXY. Yeah, we definitely closed above the previous weekly low. So we're still going to look for higher prices on DXY right now and lower prices on EU. Even though we slightly closed above it, DXY is very convincing in higher prices over here. So we're going to follow along with DXY. DXY is the most important asset to analyze. We closed above previous daily high. We have a daily order block formed as well, sitting nicely in this fair value gap. Let's go to the 4-hour. Let's move all these lines into the next weekly. So now we can actually do this and then move it around. Oops. Right. Beautiful. Right, so you don't have to marry your bias. You're just going to wait, see what price does. Candle closure, very important. And we're going to do the same on euro. See what we actually want to aim for. Yeah, we can leave these highs intact. That is still a possibility. Let's see the economic calendar over here. End of the month as well. Last 3 days of the monthly candle, 2 to 3 days. What do we have? Do we have news? Tuesday we have a lot of news. We have FOMC and interest rates. Okay, that's a day we definitely want to skip. That's May 1st. Yeah, that's a crazy release. So that's 1st of May. So let's keep that in mind. That's on Wednesday. Okay, so what do we actually have? We have a CSD OB over here, which is an indication, right? As well as taking out SMT lows, there's an indication price wants to trade lower on Euro USD. Let me do this on the 1 hour. All right. Let's see where we are at New York midnight. Monday is tradable because we have high impact news on Wednesday. So if we can position ourselves early in the week, we might have something to play with. Right, Asia session is a massive expansion. Holy moly. So this is not tradable for London, so we got to skip London. So now you know how to skip sessions if you see this kind of price action. We take out some highs or lows. No, we did not. See where we're at in the London session. Right, okay, so what I'm seeing over here is some very tricky price action. So we got to be careful. We don't want to get caught in some sort of a 4-hour consolidation, especially with interest rates coming up. Yeah, it doesn't look too handsome right now. So I'm just going to be patient and wait to see if there's something high quality popping up. Just going to skip. See what it does. Euro still trading higher. And this entire day was very hard today, so I'm very glad we skipped this one, right? This looks absolutely atrocious, especially if you take New York midnight opening and look where we went, right? This is seek and destroy profile, so good skip. Knowing when not to trade is a very important skill as well. Now, where can I expect price to go? You don't know. You don't know right now, so we're gonna wait. So this is also part. And luckily with a simulation, you can wait a lot faster than in real life. So we're just going to skip. I'm probably going to skip until we had the monetary policy, the interest rate from the US dollar, and then we'll see where price action is. Right. Let's just go here. Okay, so we're dropping pretty much. Now we've got some more information. Let's look at the daily candles. Okay, yeah, so now it does definitely look bearish. On the euro. We already expected lower prices for the euro. So what we want to do is try to find an entry after news release, because we can look for an entry right now, but the federal funds rate release is a very high impact news release. So we're just going to skip and going to see what it does later in the day. That's over here. So a good skip, right? Because it looks absolutely horrible to trade. Yeah, this looks very nasty. Okay, so let's go to the daily, see what we are dealing with. Holy moly, that looks absolutely terrible. Right, so I would say this still looks bearish on the DXY. So we're gonna look for shorts still. I think we can look for shorts because we have a swing point down here. Expect the next candle to trade bullish as well. We're sitting on this down close candle and we have a massive gap above us. So all in all, we can still look for buys on euro. Let's go to the 4 hour. Do we have anything to key off from? Yes, we have a bullish order block over here. Right, so this is a potential area where we can look for something. Let's look at DXY. We have an inverse gap here, which has not been rebalanced into yet. So if I take the entire range we're working with, from high to low, got something like this. Right, so premium is above here. The inverse gap is above here. I want to mark that one out as well. That's nice. All right, and then we'll take the same range on euro. This low should not get taken. So actually you can take the range from here, but we're just going to do it like this for now. Exactly on discount. That's this block. Beautiful. Okay. We have a low, right? So now we have an order pairing low. And we're going to stay on the 1 hour for this one because we actually have a clean area of price action over here. So we don't want to really go into the 15-minute here. That's not necessary. But this is going to be probably a hold for 2-3 days maybe, because we're basing it off on a 1 hour perspective. So what we're going to do, we're going to long below the low. We shouldn't violate this one. Do I want to extend it? It's going to be, what is the target? Let me see. If there's enough range, we can actually take a little bit of a wider stop loss. If I take a wide stop loss, it's 2R. I don't think it will go that deep. That makes no sense. Let's just put it on this low here. So it would be a 4R all the way up into those highs we outlined earlier. Right? This was the target from the first trade. And we have relative equal highs. So if we can actually get triggered here, it would be beautiful. And we can look for multiple entries here because there's a big range to go higher here. That's like 70 pips. Right, so let's go to the 15. Just going to keep an eye on how everything behaves. For intraday, obviously. Yeah, so I don't want to trade within this range. It looks very... I don't like it. So we're going to wait for the high to get taken here and the low here. So let's see. Go a little bit lower. Consolidation, we got tagged. Right? Good thing I took it a little bit wider. I would be very sweaty if we actually put it on this low. But still good in the Fibonacci zone into the OB. Look at the 4 hour. What does it look like? Yeah, it looks like a continuation purge on the 4 hour, right? We just swiped the high and displacing down lower. Same with EU. It's so deep into the OB, but it's fine. The stop loss was proper. This gap below should stay open. Now can we determine if we're going to go break even? There's an inverse gap here. Go to the 15. Is there anything we want to trade back into? We can... Oh shit, I didn't put in an order. Damn. Yeah, that's kind of unlucky. Okay. I can't scroll back, that's the problem. We gotta manually add this one to the account balance. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But we can go break even because I don't see a reason why price should go back there. So let's see how it behaves the rest of the day. Yeah, beautiful. Damn, I forgot to put in an order, man. it's whatever. But wait, let me see how far would we be up. We had a 20 pip stop loss, right? So we're up 2.1-ish R, 2. Yeah. So let's say we're gonna partial 50% here. So for the video reference, 50% partial. So we're secure 1 R, right? So we're up 3.5 R, 3.5%. And we'll let the rest run. So if we're up 2R, then we're up 1,000. Now we have 1,000 floating. So if we go another 20 pips, we should have 3,000. And then that should be good. let's see where we can go. This daily candle is over for now. Kind of sad I didn't put in a order, but it's okay. Now we just don't see it on the P&L here, but that's fine. Let's go to the 1 hour. Can we go for another entry? Let's see where we're at. This is a new weekly candle. This is Friday. Okay, we're going into Friday. Let's look at the weekly candle. And notice how my draw on liquidity every time is on point. Like I don't miss a draw on liquidity. If I don't know for sure, I wait. Very easy to wait, especially on a simulator. Okay, so we have a. This range is very hard to trade from. I don't see anything right now. We can look for maybe another entry if we do go back into the. If it tops out over here, I think it will just push up. But we'll see how it behaves. Let me remove this one and see where we go. If we drop, then we'll look for another entry. But looks like it just want to finish off. Right. Okay. Yeah. Holy moly. I wish I put in an order. We're up like we should be up 5% right now. So we should be up 5%. But we'll enter another trade later. So we have right now, what do we have? We have 1 win, 1 loss, another win, up 5%. And it doesn't show. Can I add it? Can't add it. Damn it. Anyway, you see the trade, you see the video, it's fine. Right? Okay, let's look for more entries. Well, I want to go to like minimum 8%, of course, to pass the challenge. And if possible, if the video is below an hour or below like 45 minutes, I will go look for more entries. I will keep going until I'm at 20% or something. So we're around 5% right now. Okay, so let's skip this weekly candle. This weekly candle is done, and we'll go to the next one. I'm going to determine what do we want to do for the next week. Right. Let me switch up this again. And if you practice enough, you will be able to read price action just like I am right now. I'm fucking not missing any daily draw over here. And as like I said again, if I don't know, I'm not interested. Right? I'd rather wait. Go to the 1 hour. Waiting is totally fine. And if I miss the trade, I will look for another setup. There's always another setup, right? You don't want to force trades. Right. Okay. What is the economic calendar? Why is my filter fly? Do we know we don't have news this week? What is it? I guess it's not gonna show economic calendar, but I know it's the first week of the month, so we have NFP on Friday. Every Friday, first week of the new month is NFP. So I know on Friday NFP. That's the only thing I'm gonna remember. I don't know if there's CPI or anything. Hopefully not. We'll see. We'll see if the market makers are gonna wreck me a new one or if we're good. Okay, so let's see. Weekly candle. We closed above the previous weekly high. We can potentially see another bullish candle on the weekly. If I look at the weekly on TXY, same thing. Go to the daily. We did fill up a lot of this gap, but there's more room. So we can still trade a little bit lower. I kind of want to go for this low. Would make sense with order pairing. If we want to go bullish, eventually you want to actually take out this low before we go bullish because there's an OB below it. And the body has not been touched. Right, so the body here. Where's my line? The body here has not been touched. Right, so there's still a sensitive area of this down close candle which can get hit. So we're gonna aim for that one. So there's these lows down here which we're gonna aim for. Okay, now let's see where can we actually get in. Is there a PY anywhere where we can get in? Let's go to the 4 hour. At first glance, I can see this low. I want to take out this low before we continue up higher. So if we take the entire range we're trading from right now, which is the low to the high, this is the weekly range. 50% is around here. So this is a little bit deeper, but it's still possible. So I think this is still a nice area where we can order pair. And I'm not going to trade the 4 hour. I want to trade the 1 hour. So I want to see this get taken out. And I want us to go into the gap down here. And there's a nice 1 hour fair value gap. We don't need to go to the 15 minute. We're just going to take a 1 hour fair value gap. So this is a nice area for a long. This time I won't forget to put in a limit order. And what are we going to aim for? We're going to aim for this high up here. Okay, so that is all the way up here. This is a 5R. This time I'm going to place an order. There we go. This time we're not going to, because we're up 5%, but it doesn't show on the P&L. It's kind of annoying, but it's okay. This is the entry. We're going to wait for this to get hit. It's a 1 hour time frame play. So we don't need to go to the 15 minutes. So let's see if we can get there. Maybe not today, maybe the day after. That's also possible if it doesn't want to go that deep today. Maybe it consolidates on Monday and then it doesn't go anywhere. Or it's just going to go bullish and we're not going to get taken. That's also possible. But I would love to see if price can actually come. Right, so price is not doing anything at all. So the limit order is still valid. Price did not move at all during Monday, which is actually completely fine because now we have a consolidation and we can have a manipulation lower. So I like that actually. Still fine. Look, we're still going to look for this entry. Not going to remove the limit. See if we can trade a little bit lower. If not, then yeah, we're just going to miss it, I guess. Right. So this daily candle also, let me just look at the daily. Right. So we're retracing up higher. Let me reevaluate. Let's see. No, this area, I think this area is still good. Yeah, I think we can still look for buys here. Four hour has to go pretty deep. Contemplating. Maybe I'm gonna do half risk. No, we're gonna keep full risk. This is fine. Let's just wait and see. Gotta be patient. Might be what is it? Wednesday reversal profile. So Wednesday low of the week. Unless price shows that it doesn't want to go lower. And it's not doing it all. This week is very, very still. Doing nothing at all. We're still gonna wait here. It's Thursday. Maybe Thursday reversal profile. This week is very this is a low probability week. But the only area where I want to buy is below that low. Okay. Did we take out the low? Okay, yeah, we did take out the low. And now we have a problem. Because we didn't hit a key level. But it did order pair the low. So what I can expect if price retraces, I'm going to look for a 15-minute order pairing low. That's the only thing I can do right now. But if I would have put the limit literally on the low, yes, I would get tagged, but the stop loss would be way too big to look for a proper risk to reward entry. But it's totally fine. We can look for more entries later. Let's see what it does. Okay, yeah, we're gonna wait for the next day. You guys can already see the low, hopefully, which I want to aim for. Right, this one. So now we know this low is probably not gonna get tagged. We're gonna remove the limit. And we're gonna change it up because we know this high or this low down here probably will not get tagged. We go to the 1 hour. Is there something here? Yes, we have a breaker here. We have a fair value gap. So this looks like a good area where we can look for a buy. I'm gonna long here, put my stop loss on the OB, and then we're gonna aim for. Did I mark out a high? Yes, this high here. So we're going to still aim for the same high, which is, wow, it's a 6R on this risk to reward. That's nice. That's pretty nice. Okay, let's put in the order. Yep, I like this. Nice order pairing low on the 15. Pretty wide stop, but it's fine because the weekly and the daily range is pretty big. I'm going to keep this one on the daily. I think it looks like we might respect this fair value gap, but the drawn liquidity is lower. So don't get induced in these types of situations. You have a bearish order block here. right? So don't get induced that this might be going higher. If it does, then my drawn liquidity is wrong. But yeah, we'll see. Go to the 15 minutes and let's see if price can actually trade lower. There's an entire consolidation going on right now. We're dropping a little bit lower. I want to see that logo. I don't want to trade inside of this range. Right, we're in Asia session again. Did not hit. And we're going to a new weekly candle. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. This low is still a target for order pairing low to high. So daily candle here. I'm still, let me remove this so it's a little bit bigger. I'm still looking for lower prices here. Even though this candle looks like it's about to form a swing low here, I don't think that's necessary. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, weekly is an inside bar, has no real direction. So this one is still good to go lower in my opinion. So let's keep it on here. And let's see if price can actually come to this low. This is the low I want to buy from. I don't see any other reason because this low needs to stay intact. Let's see if we can get tagged. It trades higher and we're going to miss it. It is what it is. All right, so it doesn't want to go all the way down here. So this is another missed entry. We missed 2 entries down here, and now this one is missed as well. So let's remove the limit. Let's go to the 1 hour. And we're going to keep waiting for this order pairing lows to highs. I don't care if we miss the trade. There are a bunch of traders maybe caught this trade. You know, we should not care what other traders are doing. We are just focusing on what we are doing, and that's the most important part. Right, so let's go to the 1 hour. Over here, right? We're going to do the same thing. We're going to wait, and we're going to see if there's an order pairing low, which we can look for. Okay, skip ahead to the next daily candle. Right, there we go, midnight opening. Do I see a low where I want to buy from? It's kind of tricky right now. Let's look at the daily. There's a daily OB, so we should not really take out previous daily low, which is this low down here. So this should be the range we're trading from, which is the low here. So we can take this range. Is there anything to order pair? This one is very deep. I don't like that. That's too deep. There's no key level as well. I think we can just run the lows of Asia and then hit this OB here. I'm still going to put my stop loss a little bit wider. So I'm still going to do like, it's only like 16 pips. So that isn't even that big. And the target is still up here. So there's still room. But we can still work with this. I like it. And we're going to assume these lows will stay intact because that's where I anchored my Fibonacci, right? My premium and discount. And we're going to look for a buy below Asia. We're just going to buy right over here. And then I'll put my stop loss on the lows here. Because if I'm actually wrong, it's probably going to go full-blown bearish as well down there. And this would be a 6R. It keeps increasing. We went from 4 to 5 to 6R. Let's see. Contemplating if I want to do a half risk, yes or no. I think I'm going to do half risk and then scale in. If I'm wrong here, I don't think the quality is that high. I typically don't want to just take out the previous session low and then buy it. I got to sneeze, by the way. Excuse me. So let's do 0.5%. And then we'll look to scale if possible. And not market executed any trade, all buy limits. Right, let's see. Can get tagged. There we get tagged. That's good. And I want to see price go higher. Wow, look at that. We got some news release. I gotta check the calendar. What the hell? Yeah, I'm not seeing the calendar. That's the problem here. But I'm glad I put it on this low here. We can actually go break even right now. Jeez, man, look at that. Anyway, some crazy news release. Probably euro interest rates or something. I'm not sure what happened here, but it's fine. We put a proper stop loss, so we did not get taken out. We took out the high, but we're barely up 1 hour, so we're just going to let it run. Let's see what the rest of the position will do. Yeah, let's just let it run because there's no reason to not let it run because the drawn liquidity is higher and there's a lot more room. But we can look for another entry for the next day. Now it's London close, so I don't really want to look for more. I'm going to go to the next daily candle. So we got 1 entry for this weekly candle. We're going to let it ride. It's 0.5%. Nothing too big, but got to be aware of risk management as well. See where we end up for this daily candle. Okay, now, whoops. Now we got the, remove this. I don't know why the economic calendar isn't showing for some reason, but it's whatever. New York midnight opening. Let's go to DXY, same thing. And see how my draw liquidity is still correct. I have not missed one single draw on liquidity. Look at the daily. Look at that inducement here, right? ICT traders got wrecked here because they thought this was a bullish fair value gap, which will hold. No bueno. We go for the bearish price action. Go for this low here. And eventually probably these lows down here. Can we find another entry? That's the question. Let's go to the 15. Got these lows which we can run. How deep is that? I want to... it's kind of a rough range to work with as well because this is a massive wick. If I take the last range we're working with, if I take the entire range, see, yeah, I only want to be a buyer all the way down here, but I don't really want to put in another limit here because it's very close to the other one, so that doesn't really make sense. So we're just I'm gonna wait and see what price does. Maybe we can find a CSDOB and use sequence 2. First sequence is buying lows, the other one is waiting for a CSDOB. Okay, there's nothing yet. Price is accumulating. Right. Well, where are we? Yeah, we're over here. We're up 2.3%. So right now we would be up 7.3%. What I'm gonna do is close like 75% of the position. Where can I do that? Over here, 75%. Save it. Bank some money. We're gonna actually swing this one because I think we can go a lot deeper. Yeah, let's put it on this high here. We'll let this one be a swing trade. Okay, what daily candle are we? We are in Wednesday, and the weekly candle is pretty massive. See if we can hit this red line. A partial there. Would be very mad if it went all the way back down. And eventually we hit target. I could have held, but I'd rather secure some profits. Okay, so we're above this high. Can we look for something more? I don't like it. I don't like it. There's a big displacement, so we're just gonna close the entire trade. And then we'll look for like this. I'm gonna look for another setup. See how long we've gone at it for 53 minutes now. Let's just continue a little bit more. We're up. We should be up 7.5% right now with the one I didn't execute, right? So we're up 7.5%. We took. Can I see that over here? Can I see which one is a loss? Yeah. So we took 4 trades. One is a break even. 2 wins, actually 3 wins because the one I didn't execute, and 1 loss. So we have 5 trades with 3 wins and 1 loss. We'll have to calculate the risk to reward at the end of the session, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. We're doing good. This is a account pass type of analysis I'm doing right now. Just want to check economic calendar. Please work. I don't know why it's not working. Use the filters and apply, please. I'll try to do this. It's just it isn't showing the news folder. It's very annoying. But we know We gotta be careful and just use wider stop losses and not get caught. This weekly candle is over. We're not gonna look for any more entries during this weekly candle. If you catch this big of an expansion during the week, you just wanna call it a week. So we're gonna call it a week. Let's see what the weekly candle is doing here. We're gonna, yeah, the weekly target has hit here. So this is the swing point completed as well. So we're gonna wait for the new weekly candle. What, early weekend? Yeah, early weekend, bro. Just chill out. It's nothing. And look, I closed exactly at the high and now it's retracing. Do you want to sit in a retracement and be greedy for more? Or are you actually gonna just use your brain? Right? Yeah, skip this weekly candle. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so we tapped the fair value gap. Closure for Friday indicates that Monday is more likely to keep expanding lower as well. Let's look at the 4 hour. Did we actually hit? Let me remove these vertical lines. Let's move them over. I think I'm gonna look for one more setup. I don't want to make this simulation like 1.5 or 2 hours long, but I know the attention span can get a little bit lower for most people, so I want to try to get it around 1 hour for this simulation. We can always do a little longer simulation another time, but you guys just see how accurate my model is, right? Especially my ability to read where price will go on a daily perspective. It is very helpful. Like if you don't understand where the daily candles are printing towards, you can trade whatever model you have, you will still fail. So I think determining where the daily candles will go is probably a very big part of my success. Let's see. I kind of want to wait for Monday to be over because we might run the low of Friday again, unless we have SMT on the low. So let me just check if that's present. Let's skip to the midnight opening. Okay. Yeah, probably no. This low will probably stay intact from Friday. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the daily, the weekly. We're pretty close to a previous weekly high. Just don't like there's no retracement yet, so we kind of want to have the weekly candle retrace a little bit, which means we want to use this range, low to high. Trying to figure out where this low tapped the weekly fair value gap, or Jesus, daily fair value gap. So technically we don't have to trade lower. Still wanna kind of hesitant. I've got like a bad feeling about this range. I don't know why. Maybe it's intuition, but shouldn't trade with intuition. Relative equal lows here. No, we can still aim for this. Yeah, we'll just aim for it. I think it's fine. Where do I want to look for an entry though? I think this little gap here should be enough. So let's just long this. I'm gonna use a stop loss all the way down here, which is 18 pips. Or let's not be greedy. Let's just do range low, and we're gonna aim. Let's see on the 4 hour. Next target. We want to aim for this high here. Actually, let's aim for the rejection block. It was called a rejection block for a reason, right? So let's aim for that, which is a 3.5 R. Still very good. I think this is probably going to be the last trade of the simulation. Otherwise, we're going to drag it out too long. But hey, this is a very successful simulation right now. Win rate is pretty good. Risk to reward, pretty good. Let's put in an order. I'm gonna do a 0.5% again, and then I want to scale in if possible, because we'll do a 0.5%. If, by the way, if I did a 1% on the previous entry, I would be up like 10k right now. But we did proper risk management. That's more important than the upside. So hopefully you guys will really abide by those rules as well. Okay, so let's see what this daily candle will do first. Right, we get tagged. Nothing much is going on. I don't like how it's trading lower right now. This is the issue I had with this range. This range doesn't look that proper. Let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, 4 hour looks like a problem here. This 4 hour here. Yeah, I don't like this at all. We're only down. We're gonna exit at break even. I don't like this at all. How these candles are closing, I don't like it at all. Let's just get out break even. We're gonna look for one more trade though. So I'm gonna let this pass. The fact that I'm exiting at break even right now is because this fair value gap is holding, and we're starting to close below these up close candles as well. So everything here is indicating we might go run a little bit higher before we go lower. So I don't want to get caught in a higher time frame range. So if we take the higher time frame range on this one, we do have this high here. So look at how I'm just very cautious here, because we can do a deeper dive because we had a big displacement last week, right? So let's just see if this actually, if I'm right about this range being lower quality, and then we'll see what it does. If it goes higher from here, it's fine as well. We can still look for a buy setup, but I don't like the range. Okay, we're in a new daily candle. I don't know the economic calendar. That's the only issue. I'm very wary. There's no order pairing lows to take from here, so I can't look for an entry here. Let's just skip this daily candle. Let's see what the daily candle looks like. It's look pretty bad for higher prices. So even though if today goes higher, we can still look for another range to trade from. But right now, it's not looking too good for me. If we go higher, it is what it is. But I don't like this at all. Yeah, it looks fucking horrible. Yeah, we're gonna wait. We're probably gonna run higher on DXY. I'm not gonna lie. So we're gonna run lower on Euro. There's a very high probability, or high probability is a very probable scenario. So I don't want to look for a trade in this range. So now we know we need to avoid this range, and we're just gonna not trade it. And lo and behold, I was very right about going exiting break even here, because it looks very dicey. So good risk management. Did not take a loss on this one. I'm very glad about that. And we're actually going to use the bigger range here, just like we're doing on DXY. And now I can actually see a low, which makes a little bit more sense. This low down here, right? Is there a key level below it? Yes, we have a fair value gap here. Let's look at DXY 4 hour. This low, this high up here. Right, and because it's Wednesday and Monday and Tuesday consolidated, so we might have a Wednesday and then a reversal. So either what we can do is put in a position on Wednesday high of the week potentially. Let's look at the weekly candle. It's around the order block on the weekly as well. So actually that's pretty nice. And it's a daily fair value gap. No, it's not a daily fair value gap. But this is looking pretty nice actually. I can do a 0.5% here. How big would the stop be? I gotta use like a 35, like 35-ish pip stop loss minimum. But if this actually is the reversal of the week, I wanna take this gap down here. Maybe I'll miss it if it doesn't go into the gap. I'm still aiming for this high up here. What we can still do is a 4 hour. Let's do half risk again. Yep. Right. And then we're gonna assume Wednesday low of the week profile. I got a feeling I'm gonna miss this trade, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now I'm gonna be patient with the range. Right, let's see where it can go. Okay, nothing happening on Wednesday. I'm gonna wait. We're not gonna trade in the rest of the range. I'm gonna assume price is gonna trade a little bit lower still. Don't do this to me. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So low is decent. The low is decent, but it didn't go into a key level, but we have SMT. That's the thing. Now I can put this line here. This line. Go to 1 hour. We have double SMT because there's SMT on these two highs as well. So we can actually expect this low to stay intact now. So we gotta remove the limit. Another missed trade, but it's fine. We can look for Friday entry. What is the time? New York session. Maybe we have a 15-minute opportunity. Yeah, we can still look for an entry on 15. We can take this low down here. If we actually top out where we are right now, are we trading from a discount perspective? If we go below this low, right on discount, right? So what we can do is assume that the low of the day has been set. We're gonna buy the low, and then we're gonna still aim for the high, which is a 5R. Right, so let's do that. Place order. Like this low. I don't want to be a buyer anywhere else. I'm not gonna look for this range that just formed. I don't know if there's a news release during New York, so hopefully it won't be something crazy. Okay, we got tagged. If it's an L, it's fine as well. Doesn't look too good. It's probably an L. Yeah, that's fine. Good that we did have risk. And we're still going towards that low I outlined, or that gap I outlined earlier. But this is, I'm gonna just keep it at the last trade of the session here. So we're up, you don't see it here, but we're up 7%. Let me just check out what this 4-hour candle does. We actually touch the gap and then continue higher. No, we did go higher though. Yeah, unfortunately we got swiped here, but that's fine. Yeah, totally fine. I'm just gonna let it be over here because we're over an hour into the session. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my entire thought process, even though we took, let me just check the positions. Quickly check it. Where are my close positions? Why am I not seeing the positions? Okay, I don't know what the FX replay is doing, but now I can see the positions, which is fine. From the top of my head, we had 3 missed limits, all went to draw on liquidity. We had 2 small losses, 2 break evens, 3 or 4 winners. And yeah, we ended up with plus 7%. Because the 2.5% isn't showing because I forgot to execute the trade, right? So we're up 7%. I think it's about a 70% win rate then, 60%. Super good for a trading model, especially if you have more than 2R. Because think about it, if you have a 2R risk to reward, you only need 33% win rate to be break even. So let that sink in, right? And we have about 60 to 70% win rate right now with trades over 2.5 to 3R. So that's an insanely good risk to reward with the win rate. You can see how I execute, how I analyze. I do this every single day, every single week. Make real money from it as well. Not unlike some hindsight traders. I know who you are, fake YouTube gurus, you know. I outline price before it happens and show you how it will behave. But yeah, thank you for joining, guys. I will see you in the next video.